you watch PTL, you know our next guest as a regular contributor. We refer to him simply as Dr. Frank, who brings the coolest stuff to our studio for us to check out. Dr. Frank Viggiano travels to trade conventions around the country to find the latest in tech, travel, and household gear. And we've asked him here today to share some of his favorite finds from last year before he takes off for this year's biggest show, the Consumer Electronics Show. We want to welcome Dr. Frank and wish you a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. It's great to see you.
You know what's really exciting? I think we need to mention this. You actually won an award this past year from CES because you've attended every single show for the last 50 years.
Since its inception in 1967.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, there's the badge there. You can kind of get an idea. When I got there, I was so surprised because they had this 50 years, and I said, "What's that?" And they said, "Well, we only found you and one other person that's been to every CES." So they put years on everybody's badge last year.
And you've certainly been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
And you've seen the products change. You judge products as well.
Yeah, I act as a judge for the Consumer Electronics Show. There's a product. It's called the Innovation Awards, and it's very much like an Oscar in our business. So if you win one of those, it's like and many of the things are on this table.
Yeah.
One Innovation Awards.
Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Are you expecting big things this year?
Oh my! I mean, I'm averaging 250 emails a day now.
Oh my goodness.
People just saying, "Dr. Frank, please stop by. Dr. Frank, please come here. Dr. Frank, please come." So I got my tennis shoes on. We'll see what happens.
You're a busy man, that's for sure.
For sure.
So these are some of the products that you highlighted this year that you really loved, and we wanted to mention them again.
Right.
One of them is the Samsung Flex Washer and Flex Dryer.
Yeah, this is great. We have a video that's going to show basically our audience what this is. But you know, people get very frustrated because they don't have enough room to do loads. So notice she's putting the main load in the drum, right? And he put a load in the top. Look at this. So the top, see the top washer, little things or delicates,
right?
You know, or something where you don't have a full load.
Right.
And people say just got so frustrated.
Right. There are some things. You might have a blouse, one, that can't be in the regular wash. What are you going to do? A whole wash with just one blouse?
Well, exactly.
No.
And the idea too, the number of cycles, so that you can take care of, like, in other words, if it's gentle, if it's delicate, whatever. But the same thing with the dryer. I mean, it's unbelievable. So the washer and the dryer both have two different flex wash components.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
That's really neat. A little bit pricey, but we use them every day.
Right. You know, I've learned this in my business. Sometimes I don't want to spend that money either, but you know,
sometimes it's worth it.
Always get what you pay for. Yeah.
Frame. Now I remember this one. This is really cool.
It's very cool.
This TV from Samsung as well.
Because what happens is people want to put these TVs in an area maybe where they don't want it to be seen. They don't want it to look like a television. So Samsung came up with a frame. You can see you can change it from mahogany to a blonde to a white. So you can basically pick almost any frame color. You go on their website and take a look at it. And very interesting product, by the way. What I love about it is it's a 4K TV. It has one wire that connects it, so you don't have all these ugly wires going up there. Very important, the way they did it, you know. And but it's very unique, very different. Something that, you know. And by the way, too, just to our audience, if they want to see this, I found it of all places in Sam's Club. I walked in, I saw.
Really?
Yeah. I think we have a photograph. There was a big display showing the frame. Right there, it is. Look at that. So you can actually buy it at, you know, all over different retail locations. Right. But I was kind of astounded when I saw it at Sam's.
But it's even hit some places.
Yeah, even hits big box stores. You got it.
All right, so this is another one I remember from earlier this, well, I guess from last year.
Right, and the company works, you know, I test a lot of their products. In fact, most people should realize that I test everything that we have, that I bring in. I don't bring anything here unless I feel that it's worthy and should be on my table. So therefore, and they make some great stuff, but this is called Hydrashot. They introduced it in May at the houseware show, or hardware show, excuse me. But check this out, Heather. So you just basically attach a regular garden hose to it, right? And you see that blonde. Now what you can do is, if you don't have water easily available, you can take that hose and put it into the pool. So now he's using pool water to actually clean an area, see? So even if you're out and about, let's say you want to clean your boat.
You can do that.
Right, so in other words, you could basically drop a hose into, let's say, a fairly clean water source, you know, like a lake or whatever. And look, that's what he's doing now. Yeah, so he's going to clean the boat. I mean, that's incredible.
Just incredible.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, just over $119 there for that.
Exactly.
Sauna Glass. This is a powered LED lantern. I think this is so cool.
Yeah, it is cool. You know, it's eco, number one. It doesn't use any batteries. It's got a solar cell on the top. I'm just going to tilt it so our camera can get a shot of the solar cell. Do you see that? Okay. So that solar cell charges a little internal battery, and then when you basically want to turn it on, you simply push this light, and this may be hard for audience, but now you can see it.
Now you can
and
see it.
And the video is just great. Now watch what you can do with this.
Oh, how neat.
Isn't that neat? You know, so over like picnics and fun things, kids catching butterflies. And isn't that great?
Yeah.
And for what, $29.99? Great product. Such a huge hit in
Really
Europe, by
neat.
the way.
In New York, you said?
Europe.
In Europe?
Oh, yeah, Europe,
sorry.
they can't even keep them in stock in Europe.
Oh, really?
They're just catching on over here.
Okay, so this is really cool.
Right.
This was something that you featured towards the end of 2017,
Right.
this water clock.
Water clock. And you know, I love it again, eco. No batteries, right? Don't have to plug it in. And it basically just generates time on water. So the beauty of this is when you put water into the clock, right? And you'll see this video, it'll show you here what happens. There's 2 plates inside, Heather. Those 2 plates take the pH of the water and they basically create a little electrical charge, enough to run the clock for 1 year. After that year's up, you just empty the water out and put new water in, and you're ready to go. But you know, I even think like, you know, you hate to even, but like Puerto Rico, these people didn't have any electricity.
Right.
No idea. Great idea. And you know, and they start at what, $26? It's unbelievable.
The power of water. It's amazing if they can do it with a clock. What else can they do it with?
Exactly right. Yeah, just a matter of stretching it. See.
So let's talk about Kids Connect and this tracker, this GPS tracker cell phone.
Right. Exactly. Now I'm holding it up here so our camera can get a close up of it so the audience can see what it looks like. But you'll notice it basically has the time. But what's really neat about it is, what I love about the product is the child. You give this to the child. You control what numbers the child can dial and receive, approximately about 1,800. In addition to that, it's a GPS tracking device. So if you want to know where your child is,
you can find them.
You can find You can find them. So what it does, it opens up the microphone on the unit, and you listen.
That's really great.
Isn't that great?
That's
and
awesome.
You know, kids really need a phone today. I mean, we have a society where, you know, parents are concerned about where they are, different things like that. But
well, and we're all busy too. Kids have so many activities.
Right. And by the way, that phone is 4G.
Oh, wow.
That's a huge development for a product at that price. You know, you're looking at $129 and about $17 a month for a plan.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Let's talk about Simple Human Foam Cartridge Sensor Pump. What is that?
This the human part, this is a this is a pump where you basically take the soap and you put the soap inside, and it basically, it's a great product too. So you charge it, it's lithium ion, okay? Turning it on, and you can basically watch when you put it underneath, it's probably going to start to pump it, because I just added the cartridge in. But the idea behind it is that it's automatic and it provides soap to you anywhere you are. You can see the video how neat that works. So you take the cartridge, put it in the bottom. You can change cartridges at any time. So if you want a different fragrance in the bathroom and you want to change it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, then change it to a different fragrance in the evening, you can do that.
You can do that.
Right. Lithium ion battery lasts for about 3 months.
I didn't mean to skip over this.
That's
the
okay.
Derma. This is really neat. What a cool product.
This is very neat. Absolutely. So what we need to do, I'm going to turn it on here for a second. Hang on a second. Let me just. Okay. So now I'm going to take it and show our audience by putting it on. See what this puppy does. So this is great.
It's not going to transport you somewhere,
no,
is it?
it's great for complexion. So anybody that is looking to improve their complexion, etc., that's what this is all about. You can see the lasers inside, all the red lasers, and the video will show a little bit better. But look, Heather,
I can put it on.
Well, yeah, we'll see.
And so what is this doing to my face?
Okay, so basically the Derma, one thing that it does, it uses low-level LEDs, number one. You can kind of see on the video like how this is working. It's a wearable home therapy device, and the idea is phototherapy basically, but you use it 3 times over a 10-minute period, and you use it basically several times per week. And the benefit is that it basically, you can see, look here, look at the
what it does for your complexion.
Yeah, for the complexion,
unbelievable.
exactly, right. Acne, hyperpigmentation, age spots, things like that. But it's just very cool. And again, these kind of things win the awards because they're different, they're unique.
It's innovative.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so moving along, we have the Bolt iPhone and iPad memory store.
Yeah. Love the Bolt. Yeah, the Bolt is so cool. This is the Bolt. I'm going to hold it up here, of course, so our audience can see it. It's so small, so
it's
tiny.
So
Look
tiny.
how tiny. Yeah, it goes into the bottom of
your thumb.
Right, phone or tablet, right? And the video will show basically what it does, but by inserting it, and this is the big problem, people have so many photographs today and they get frustrated because they run out of memory.
That's me.
So when you plug Bolt into the phone, it asks you, do you want to keep the photos on your phone or do you want to send them all to Bolt? And if you send them to the Bolt, and by the way, they start at $59 and go up to 128 gigabytes. I mean, that's a ton of photographs.
Yeah.
You're looking at like 8,000 videos that it will hold on this little device. And then the back side of it is USB, so if you take it, you can put it into your computer, and then you can transfer everything from the Bolt to the laptop or to the desktop.
Very easily.
So it's just a very cool device that allows you to expand the memory of your phone or tablet.
That's something that I think I need in my life.
Oh yeah, we all do.
The Crud Cutter Kitchen Cleaner.
Yes. And chemicals, you know, oftentimes we will maybe feature 1 or 2 per year or whatever. But what makes this difference, by the way, petroleum, but it's basically fragrance-free. It has no bleach in it. But what I love about it is when you spray it on the countertop, so you know, showing it here in the oven, regardless of where you spray it, Heather, you can immediately put food on the counter. So the benefit between, it's non-toxic, biodegradable. And the nice thing is that regardless of where you use it, you don't have to worry about, I'm consuming that chemical.
Right.
See?
That's a good one. I
Great
could use
product.
that on my stove.
Oh, yeah.
That's for sure.
All right.
This, I loved when you featured this. This is kind of like a little bit of nostalgia.
It is nostalgia, yeah. And it's also, you know, it's also a learning device. Of course, he's going to talk a little bit to tell you welcome and welcome, because it's, you know, and basically from 5 and up, which means you and I as well, right?
We're older than 5.
Right, but the beauty of the product is you can see it's like, looks like a regular globe. But if I basically, if I touch something, let's say I take,
language.
Okay, now I'm going to touch. Let's see what happens.
Do you have to
The
touch?
official language of Algeria is Arabic. To say hello in Algeria, say Salam Alaikum.
Isn't that cool?
That is really neat.
Right. So basically, you take the little pointer, as you can see, and you have all these different selections, and you touch these things, so you can find the capitals. You can basically ask it for the geographical location, the language. You can even talk about money. In other words, it'll give you currency and so forth. But what really is neat is that you're learning this as you move along.
Right.
Right.
Well, and you can physically see. You're not on a device. You're
No.
touching and looking.
You're touching, and you're
interacting.
learning geography as you actually see on the globe, and you can see here the kids, you know.
Touch A button with your goodbye.
And with the kids, you can see the kids here. The photographs kind of shows what it's all about. By the way, they have a very cool fundraising program that I want our audience to know about. If they any information, they could contact Oregon Scientific, or if they contact me, I'll send the information. But they're going to provide globes to schools.
That's great.
Isn't that a great idea?
That's
and they're
so
also going to
neat.
have a coupon where if the parents decide to buy one for the child, they're going to get a substantial discount, lower than the Amazon price, which is good. And the money goes back to the school, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So it's instead of fundraising through like candy bars and stuff, you can do it through the globe. Isn't that a cool idea?
And that's great to have a coupon or a discount, $70 for a globe. It's great, great purchase, but still.
But you know something, but their program, $70 retail, they're going to sell them for $30
That's great.
to the students.
That's amazing.
And give one free to the schools. Cool.
Okay,
right?
so I also remember this one. Is this the
Flair?
cell phone signal? Yeah.
Yeah, the Flair. A lot of people have cell phone issues, regardless of whether it's at home, cabin, whatever. My brother, for example, lives in Rochester, Minnesota. Every time I call him, I can't talk to him on, on his cell.
And it's so aggravating, isn't it?
It is aggravating, right.
But I remember about this one, you liked it because it had that sleek design, so it wasn't just...
Right, and the other thing too,
way.
the antenna is built into the signal booster. So this being the signal booster, and the antenna is all in one. So the neat thing is, look, in other words, she's showing how she can't really make a call.
I know that aggravation.
So by installing the Flair, which is so cool, what it does, it basically takes the signal that's provided by the network, whether it's AT&T, Sprint, T-Mobile, or Verizon, and it amplifies it.
That's
and it
great.
sends it all over the house, including basement, outside, etc. So you can basically make a cell phone call from anywhere in your home.
And like you said, people that may have a cabin or a cottage
Right.
somewhere, it's a little bit more remote, that could be a great fun.
Exactly.
Let's talk about this emergency light. This is really
I love this thing. This is Fred. Okay.
Everything has a name.
Right. Flashing roadside emergency light. Okay. But which is really cool. Now you'll notice I have it here, and of course it's very bright. But in addition to that, watch this, Heather. This is how they test them. They take the Flair, or the Fred rather, they take the Fred Pro, and they put it down and they run a truck over it. Look at that.
Yes.
To show how durable this thing is. So you can so this should be in everybody's trunk. I mean, you're talking what, for roughly $29.95. But the benefit is, look, it's flashing, it has different modes. So if you have a breakdown or something happens, in this weather especially too, how we've had these cold snaps. Oh yeah. This way, and that way, the benefit too is that, you can get, all the different types of
Signals
and so forth. Yeah, different formats.
Okay, so let's talk about saving your battery. This is also a good find this year.
And this is big. In fact, probably now in January, more people use batteries than any other time of year because of all the Christmas toys, etc.
Yeah.
Now, Batteroo is a sleeve, and you can see the sleeve. I basically have it on the battery. The battery's yellow. The sleeve is sort of like a copper red color, right? But when you slip this over the battery, what it does, it increases and pulls out the existing power that's in the battery. Now, this is cool. They basically, what they've done with this too, look, so you just slide it over. Isn't that neat?
That's really cool.
Isn't that cool? So now you're pulling out probably 30 to 45% of the power that remains in every battery cell. Most people have no idea. So when you're throwing it away, you're throwing money away. And for $9.99, you get a set of 4.
Well, batteries are so expensive too.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
All right, always good stuff. It was a great 2017. Thanks,
Sure
Dr. Frank. And for a list of all the products Dr. Frank showed us today, you can visit our website, kdka.com/PTL. We have the link posted for you there. Can't wait to see what Dr. Frank brings us in 2018.
Oh, yeah. I'll be back.
It's going to be good, I'm sure.